Hello everyone, my name is Eric and I am a ADHD content creator with ADHD, and today we're going to take a little behind the scenes look at my creative process for creating a couple pieces of content, one for a brand partnership and another one that isn't brand affiliated but to post out to my TikTok and Instagram channels, all while creating a video for YouTube. If you see my other videos on YouTube, we're going to do a similar format where I'm just going to do my thing, carry out what I need to do, and then I'll put on top overlays talking about all of the different ADHD behaviors that we witness as I go through this process, like this one. So this should be fun. Let's jump in. Step one. Okay. What is step two? So we're working on two videos. We've got the brand video, non-brand. For this one, we need to come up with a idea, script, film, edit, post. And for our brand video, I've actually already sent over a script. It was approved. Actually, I need to make some minor changes to that script. So update, script, film. Actually, no, before I film, I need to design set. I'll explain that in more detail in just a second. Film. Even though I've gone through this process hundreds of times, writing it out like this was actually really helpful to keep me on track. That's what we're doing today. And for this, I need to make some sort of a time machine, something that looks like a time machine that I can walk into for the video. Why? Because I came up with that idea, and instead of coming up with a different idea, I decided to roll with it, even though it's going to be super challenging, and I don't know. I don't know why is the real answer. But we got to do that, and then we have to come up with an idea for the other video that we're doing. So I'm considering these two. Boop. These are the things that we need to brainstorm. And how exactly do we, I spent a lot of time brainstorming. That is just, it comes with the territory when you decide to go into content creation. I don't steal ideas from other people. I don't go onto social media to see what other ADHD content creators are doing and try to come up with my own spin on something. That would be easier, but I feel like I would lose some originality. That would be easier, but I feel like I would lose some originality and my videos wouldn't be as good. So, if that's true, I actually have no idea, but it's what I've decided to do. And, you know, sometimes I just make life harder for no reason. So, I spent a lot of time brainstorming ideas for videos. And some days it just doesn't flow. And today, to be honest with you, kind of feels like one of those days. So there's a few different methods I use to come up with ideas. First one is lay down with sound machine. And this one I try to just get into almost like a meditative state, a thinkitative state. And sometimes ideas are generated that way. Other times I just fall asleep because I'm laying down and the sound machine's on, which is the environment I fall asleep in. Sometimes that works. Other days, I will just go for a walk. If I go for a walk and think about problems that I need to solve, I usually come up with solutions. This is really effective. Sometimes I just lay down in the sun. Sometimes that works. Sometimes I take a shower and come up with ideas that way. Finally, sometimes I just dump thoughts. Whiteboard. Not a whiteboard, it's a blackboard. So, those are different techniques that I use to come up with ideas. You know what, since I'm filming this on my big camera, it's going to be kind of a pain in the ass to film myself going for a walk. And I'm sorry, but I don't feel like doing that right now. I don't feel like taking a shower. You know what, I'm just going to lay down with the sound machine. And we're going to think about how I'm going to build a fake time machine. Ideally using materials that I have here because I don't feel like going out, and coming up with an idea for the video that I want to post out today on my social media. By the way, while we're talking about this is the product that I'm going to be doing a video for. It's called an Orcam Learn, and you'll see how it works as we continue on with this video. So let's go lay down. Okay, so I got my phone to write down ideas. I'm going to open up my notes. I've got my sound machine. And now we think. This is riveting footage. I should just make the whole video this. Sometimes I'll bring a notebook with me instead of my phone, because if I use my phone to take notes, sometimes I'll just open up social media instead of doing the thing that I intend to do as soon as I pick up my phone. Okay, so I came up with an idea for a post. You know, it's kind of funny. I can tell, even though this is a totally relatable ADHD thing, I can tell the scripts that are going to do better and not as good. Like this one will probably do okay. You know, lucky if it hits 100K views, and probably won't within the first few days. Okay, so next I got to come up with an idea for how I'm going to make the time machine. Okay, so for this one, I think I'll just put tin foil on a door, draw the word time machine, the words time machine on a piece of paper, put it on the door, and then put a colorful light on the inside. So that'll do it. Pretty straightforward. And it only took us about 9 minutes. Even though that process only took 9 minutes, where we typically lose a lot of time is in transitioning from one task to another. So getting up from my desk and going to the bed to do that exercise, then going from my bed, having just finished that exercise, into whatever the next task is. There's a lot that can happen in the way of distractions in those segments. So all I wanted to do here was just get a quick shot of me grabbing tinfoil, but there are 2 flies flying around this kitchen, and I will destroy them if it's the last thing I do. One is on my light. Oh, you... What the hell? Turn this light on. So, the important thing is that I have enough tinfoil because, as I mentioned before, I do not want to go back out. 250 square feet. Oh yeah, I'm good. Where'd you go? There were 2. This always happens. The moment I grab a fly swatter, they disappear. 2 flies. I think I'm just seeing things. Oh, I saw one fly by, but I don't think it was real. Flies are making me schizophrenic. Show yourself. Oh, there you are. Oh, I just squashed him through the fly swatter. Gross. Ew. Okay. Alright, well, one down. I don't feel like waiting around for it to show up. You probably saw what happened to his buddy. If you're in here, you better find a way out. Or else. Your last warning. Don't ever forget this. Okay, here we are in the guest bedroom, and I brought up the tinfoil. I'm now realizing that I need tape. So I will be right back. Packing tape, why not? And I found my coffee, too. Extra low budget. Okay, final piece. So I'm going to didn't work. This? It's an Orcam Lure. Come on. And scene. One of the most annoying parts is just moving all this crap around. All right, well, I think it's a good time to do a quick check-in. We can cross a few things off our list. We have completed our set design. We've filmed...
You'll notice that I don't really go in order here.
Just to give us something to cross off. Came up with an idea. I actually already wrote the script. We did this. We did this. All right, so what's next? Filming the rest of the branded... Jesus, this chalk keeps breaking. Filming the rest of the branded video. Filming the rest of the non-brand video. Oh, I'm out of breath. Oh my gosh. All the time. I mean, I work out. I don't know. I don't know why I'm always out of breath. This is all we have to do. This is all that's left. Film, edit, post. Film, edit, send for approval, post. So we're getting there. We are getting there. Oh. And I think the next thing we're going to do is this. We're going to do this first. We're just going to go, boop. I'm going to finish this one up, and then we'll continue on this one. This one I'd like to get done today. This one I'd like to get up to here done today. Send it off for approval, and they probably won't get back to me till tomorrow. So that's the plan. All right, well, I'm going to be filming down here, so I need to clean this space up. Normally you wouldn't see it this dirty because I clean it before filming for this kind of thing, but this is a behind the scenes look, right? So here we go. My daughter, check this out. It's a working sink. How cool is that?
By the way, we're renovating our kitchen. That's why those cabinets look so weird. Cleaning up in general is something that a lot of people with ADHD don't particularly like, but when you have to clean up before doing a task, it's particularly painful because our mind gets fixed on whatever the task at hand is, and cleaning then just becomes an obstacle. It's frustrating.
Good enough. The worst is when you start filming and you realize that there are like problems with your clothes. Like on my shirt, I've got this little piece that's coming off. And on my pants, I've got this chalk stain on the crotch. Hopefully it doesn't show up in the social media video, the TikTok, Instagram video at least. I mean, it'll show up in this video. All right, so now I gotta move some stuff around. So this is always a challenge of mine because like, depending on what I'm filming, I always have to rearrange stuff, and I want to do it in a way that takes minimal amount of effort. So I've got a few options. I can move my desk around this way, so I'm facing out this way. That's the backdrop. I can slide it a little bit this way, and then this becomes the backdrop, but I have to move some stuff over here. You know, maybe that's the move. Let me put my phone. I want to put my phone on the stand and see what shows up. Ooh, fake phone. Real phone. I want to do it right here. Yeah, that's not too bad. I'll have to move some stuff over there, but it'll be much easier because all I have to do is go swing. The previous YouTube episode, when I was sitting at this office for the first time, I flipped the legs of my table upside down to create skis, and that was super helpful because I moved this desk around so much. It's really easy to do. That'll work, and you know what? I might even be able to hide the monitor in the back.
The general theme of this segment here is doing things the fast way, not necessarily the right way.
Okay, that's gonna do it. Got my script right here. The real question is, how do I use the light? What do I do with the lights? Because you right now are taking up my ring light. Taking you off is gonna be a pain in the butt. Yeah, that's okay. Good enough. All right, I'm gonna have to take my mic off of you, put it on the phone, and then I can get started. No, I just finished filming on my phone and I forgot to turn on this camera, so oops. But I'll link out the post so you can see it there if you're interested. So at this point, what I normally do is start editing the video, put all the clips together and edit it, and then after I've completed my edit, I go back and film the intro, and then I stitch that together with the original edit. Would it make more sense to do the...
So once again, not doing things in a logical, sequential order.
But I don't know, for whatever reason, I just kind of like... It's almost like I get bored of filming, and I just can't bring myself to film that last intro bit, and going into the edits allows me to step away from the filming for a moment and do something different before coming back and doing it. So that's the way I do it. Woo! All right, there we go. All right, so I'm gonna get to work editing, and normally I edit on my phone with CapCut, but I have started using Adobe Premiere to do my edits because Instagram apparently is going to start suppressing videos that are made with CapCut, or so they say. I don't know if that's true or not. The annoying part about that is it requires me importing videos into the computer, so, but whatever, right? I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna do it right now. Shitty things people with ADHD experience. Part 4. That's it. Why didn't I have recorded earlier? Now I gotta plug my phone back in, and it's more work. Things people with ADHD experience. Part 4. Things people with ADHD experience. Part 4. Captions. Things people with ADHD experience. Water. Things people with ADHD experience. Part 4. Okay, well, it's a new day, and we didn't get through everything I wanted to get through, but we did get our non-brand video posted out, and now we are going to continue working on the brand video, and right here you can see everything we need to do, plus update script, which I skipped over, so that's what we're going to do right now. I've got an email from the client, and it's just a quick note about adding some language. Easy. Okay, so now the script is finalized, and you know what? I'm just gonna cross that off. So we are on to filming part 2. Now I gotta slide the desk. Okay. It is nice working with a vertical video, because I don't have to worry about, that there's a computer monitor here, that there's a keyboard on the desk right here. It's just this. This looks good. I'm Eric and I have ADHD. When I was in grade school, I struggled immensely. I was basically illiterate by the 5th grade. If I could go back in time and give myself one.
Because every day new and larger dragons come along, and as things get harder. So there is.
Okay, so I think now I have all the footage that I need, so I can start editing. Oops. We can start editing and send it over to the partner for approval, and once they get back to me, all there's left to do is, well, it was right here, post.
Shutting down. Power off. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Want to hear something ridiculous? I put a green screen up on top of those shades behind me over there, and it was wrinkly, because that's how they come. So I brought a steamer in and I steamed it while it was up. And when I took it down, I noticed the shades were all warped from the steam. So that's why that looks so bad behind me. I'm Eric and I have ADHD. I'm Eric and I have ADHD. When I was in grade school, I struggled immensely. I was basically illiterate by the 5th grade. If I could go back in time and give myself one tool, it would be this one, the link from my website. Alright, so I just uploaded the video. Now I'm going to send a link over to the client and wait for their reply. If all looks good and they give me the green light, I'll likely be able to post it tomorrow and can cross it off the list. Okay, so now we wait. Okay, so the partner got back to me with a couple minor changes to the video, really just overlays on top of the video. So I'm gonna make those changes right now. So once that's done, I'll post it out and send a link to the video over to the client and then close that one out. One more thing that I need to do that I didn't mention or put on the list of things that we needed to do is add a link to this product from my landing page website. So when people watch the video on TikTok or on Instagram, they can go to my profile, click on my website, and they'll see a link out to this product. So I'll do that as well. Okay, now with the video complete and my landing page is updated, all that's left to do is post out the video to TikTok and Instagram. And I'm going to be referring to the brief to make sure that I do everything that's required of me, like tagging the partner, adding all the right hashtags, etc. So let's get to it. By the 5th grade. If I could go back in time. Basically illiterate by the 5th grade. Okay. One post down. Now I just need to go over to Instagram. Actually, you know what? Let me just double check real quick that the link is updated on my profile. Perfect. Okay. Now I need to post to Instagram. I'm Eric and I have ADHD. Both of the videos have been posted out. The last thing I need to do is send links to the videos out to the clients, and that's it. And done. All right, everyone. Well, that's going to do it for this installment of ADHD in Action. I hope you loved the video. If you did, please give me a like, leave a comment, tell me what you liked, what you didn't like, what you'd like to see, and subscribe. Thank you, and hope to see you again soon.